Dragonlance 3, the 5 of you just overcame some strange creatures that were humanoid in size and shape, but had many draconic features to them. And then when they died, they turned into stone statues. And then after about a minute, those stone statues crumbled. That was most of them. One of them had kind of coppery scales to it, and that one actually turned into a pool of acid when it died. And then you found the shrine to the long-lost gods of Ansalon, who, from all the stories you had heard, were not answering prayers or would not answer prayers of anyone around. There were no true clerics. There's no, paladins with actual spells. But they have conversed with you and communed with you, and you think you now have those powers miraculously. You're traveling toward the city of Vogler, where your friend Ispin is going to be interned, and you are there for the ceremony. And you arrive in town, and that's where we start. So if we look at the map over here to the right, we got Vogler. You guys are arriving from the road that says to High Hill, up where I put Mooncatch. That's where you arrive into Vogler area at. And Vogler, it's got wooded cliffs and ivy-covered remains of a crumbling stone keep to your right that overlooks the village of Vogler. The wooden buildings cluster around a quaint central circle that you can see from the gate. Jutting into the river, you see an out-of-place and seemingly out-of-time great stone bridge, which stands incomplete at this time. But its artisanship is exceptional, incredible. Definitely dates to before the Cataclysm, so more than 300 years old. And it crosses, though, less than half of the river before giving way to a series of ropes and tethered rafts that serve as a ferry to get the rest of the way across the Vingard River. You see dozens of small fishing boats drifting out there along the slow, murky waters of the Vingard River. You have an invitation that says to come to the Brass Crab on this night. You have a little bit of time before you need to head that direction. You can kind of explore Vogler a little. And we'll start with everyone rolling for me, please. I'll move your characters up there for you. Everyone, please roll for me a persuasion check. Charisma persuasion.
Oh.
And you guys are all right here.
A whopping 11.
17.
Nice, Calvin.
Oh, God. I had advantage, right?
All right. Benin with a 20 persuasion, at least, if he's not trained in it. Let's see if he's trained in it. Ooh, he's even trained in it. So 22 persuasion. So Benin, your dwarven, now divine-wielding cleric, where do you want to go and explore in the town? You're muted if you're talking, Dave.
Yeah, well, I want to go see Vogler's Crossing. That sounds interesting.
Okay, so first you guys start out here at the river gate, which you go through when you arrive into town. And the 15-foot tall wooden archway is carved with 2 leaping fish on its frame. You see that the coin-sized scales of the fish are etched with prayers for bountiful fishing. You see 2 large wooden doors standing open within the arch. There's no guard or anything, so you're able to walk on through. You start heading down the main road. You'll pass by the village circle, which you see a grassy patch shaded by an ancient tree. You also notice an iron bell hanging atop a tall pole near the mayor's house to the north. The mayor's house to the north of the circle is a 2-story house. And you also notice the fishbowl, which looks to be a restaurant of sorts or maybe a tavern here. Oh, and the people seem very friendly. They're looking upon you. They say hi to you as you pass them in the streets. You can certainly start any kind of a small talk you want on your way to Vogler's Crossing. The fishbowl is a cramped but well-kept tavern, and it advertises fish pies and ale on the outside. Then, Vogler's Crossing, you finally reach this great big bridge. Jutting into the river, out of place and seemingly out of time, stands an incomplete stone bridge of incredible artisanship. The structure clearly dates to before the Cataclysm. It crosses less than half of the river's width, however, before giving way to a series of ropes and tethered rafts. You see some barriers there that could help you across, although you think you could probably manage it yourself in about 10 minutes, using the ropes and such to get across the Vingard River, if you want to cross to the other side. Okay. Now, the rest of you, having followed Benin, Calvin, on the way, do you see anything you want to explore?
I think I would like to... I'm guessing the village circle might be where there's some shops or something, maybe?
Looking around from Vogler's Crossing, you look back at the village circle. There was nothing really there, although
Oh,
they are starting some initial preparations for the Kingfisher Festival, which is supposed to be tomorrow. But looking to the west, you see here a market. You see a wharf
Oh.
across the way, and there's
that's where I want to go.
a thriving market there. So
Okay.
you
Market.
wander around past the Brass Crab, and the Brass Crab is, of course, where you have lodging waiting for you, and where you will start the wake for Ispin. So the Crab. It's a modest single-story inn. Its exterior vaguely resembles its namesake, a crab. Inside, you can see one wall of the circular common room features a faded mural of two enormous crabs locked in combat, inlaid with brass details. You see 4 short halls branching off the common room, each lined with rooms for rent. But you walk on by there onto the wharf area, and you can see at the wharf, at the end of the southernmost pier, a centuries-old wooden post bearing an eroded carving of a bird with a fish in its mouth. And then, to your right is the wharf finger's office, a stuffy 2-story office across from the market. Fishers and traders seeking to use the wharf must register here. And then you make your way to the market.
Things that they sell, only like fish or...
Yeah, so they have fresh river fish, fishing supplies and crafts, the bounty of local farms, all manner of mundane equipment. And you come across a really cool stall, which sells intricate fishbone puppets in the shapes of animals and sea serpents.
Yep, I want one.
You want one? All right.
Yep.
Well, you're met by a Kender.
Of course.
Kender, yeah, will sell you any of those that you like. They range anywhere in price from 1 gold piece to 10 gold pieces, depending on how intricate you want them. And the Kender introduces himself as Frostwind.
Oh,
Are we all together?
You bet. Yeah, you could have followed him.
Oh, yeah. I obviously do what Kinder do and go up and immediately, start shaking the Kinder's hand and telling him stories and, trading stuff in our pouches.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys can purchase any of those things that you want. Frostwind bends your guys' ear. Half the tales he tells are probably not true. You've heard some of the rumors, maybe some of you, about strange goings on in the world. Now, he doesn't get out into the world much, but he talks to many people who do, so he shares with you a lot of stories of that regard. One that maybe none of you have heard, he shares with you. He sees some of your accoutrements there, Mooncatch, and he says, members of the Mages of High Sorcery spread lies of dangers in the East to keep people isolated, scared, and under their secret control. Be careful if you join their orders. They don't much like Kender, and they might use you for ill purposes.
I tell him that I'm very excited about controlling people. I think this was going to be very exciting, and that I promise to include him in the controlling.
He nods. There you go. That's what he shared with you guys. Okay, so Calvin, you've been exploring. Benin, you've been exploring.
Wait, can I get a sea otter? And I'm okay with spending 10 gold on it.
You bet.
All right.
You got it.
10 gold or?
Whatever you want to spend on it. He's got one for 10. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to spend.
Mooncatch, anything you'd like to explore?
Can I essentially trade my purposeless device that I acquired from the mage for one of these trinkets?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, it's not really trading. I'm taking one of the trinkets and he's taking the device.
Right. Got it.
As Kinder do.
And then, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What kind of puppet is it?
Whatever you want. He's got all different kinds. Wilvin, anything you want to check out?
Yes. Wilvin is still convinced that the mortal realm is dreadfully boring, and he doesn't know what the fishbowl is, so he's going to head there because it sounds interesting.
All right. So you find your way to the fishbowl, where you find out they're making very good-smelling fish pies, and they have ale, and the place is starting to collect the few early fishers that have returned to the wharf are starting to kind of trickle in. It's still like early afternoon, so it's not completely cramped as it can get, you think. The proprietor is an elderly human, and you hear one of the people here referred to him as Uncle. Can I get one of those ales, Uncle? He says. And the proprietor eagerly gets an ale ready for him. So yeah, you can sit here and drink and eat fish pies and talk to the locals. if you like.
Wilvin is kind of scared straight from alcohol before an earlier bad experience, but he will buy a fish pie.
Okay. The fish pie is actually very good. Lastly, Skathat. What do you want to do?
First, she wants to investigate the. It was like a pole over by the wharf.
Yeah. A
Investigate
centuries-old wooden post bearing an eroded carving of a bird with a fish in its mouth.
She will ask people around if for information on it.
Yeah, you catch a fisherman. You point it out to him. And he goes, "Well, that's good luck. If you rub it, it'll give you a better catch for the day."
Indeed.
He doesn't seem to know much about it, though, like what it represents in any way.
That's all right. Well, yeah, she will. Being, I believe that that deity is I think is the son of Paladine. She will offer a prayer there, and then she wants to see if there are any other religious sites in town.
Okay. There are not. The place is strangely devoid of any kind of priestly orders or
Probably
churches
not.
or temples. This is really the
Kind
only
of quiet.
thing. Yeah.
And then any other Knights of Solamnia that she runs into?
Well, Thornwall Keep rises up above and overlooks the village. You haven't seen any knights in the village, but if there was any around, they might be at Thornwall Keep.
And
Go
I
ahead
do,
there.
I do tell Skathak that I remember hearing stories of a knight of Solamnia named Melgoth, who is the king of Hinterland, and he lives in Thornwall Keep.
Thank you.
So would you like to check out Thornwall Keep?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Skathic will head up there.
Anyone want to go with Skathak?
Yeah, just as a travel montage, though, I think that I'm on top of Mooncatch's shoulders trying to rub the top of the post.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Just a
then,
travel montage.
the party's leaving for Thornwall Keep. You want to go with them?
I'm going to Thornwall Keep.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see this old knight. You should come. We can drink tonight.
So
let's do it.
Thornwall Keep. An ancient Solamnic keep perches on the rocky rise. Partially ruined walls surround the keep's 3-story tower. On the keep's roof is an odd catapult. Rather than a sling for stones, it has a large paddle.
Nonsense.
So
I'm going to sit on the.
So here's a
can I-
picture of that for you.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mooncatch is making his way to the roof.
Okay, Mooncatch, you head to the door of the keep, and just to let yourself in,
Of
when
course.
you're met there at the door by a Solamnic knight, Becklin Uthvaherin, a woman in her late 50s. She's usually dressed in the full plate armor and horned helmet of the Knights of Solamnia, which she is when she is coming out the door just as you're approaching. And she looks at you up and down, Mooncatch, and she says, "Do you know Ispin?"
I do. Ispin's one of my closest friends.
I thought I recognized you and your group. Ispin told lots of stories about lots of people, but none stand out so much as a Kender sorcerer, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yes, we are very close. Best of friends. These are also my best friends. We've traveled a lot together. We fought dragons that look like men that turned into stone, and we found the gods, and now they're our best friends. It's all great.
She
And
nods.
this is Skathak. Skathak is also a knight of Solamnia.
She nods to Skathak and says, "Well met. I was just getting ready to head to the Brass Crab for the ceremony. Would you like to accompany me?
Be my honor.
Please, come with me then." She heads on. She closes the door behind her. She takes a look at you, Mooncatch. Then she heads on down the road toward the Brass Crab. There's certainly time for someone to stay behind if they want, and maybe even catch up in time for the ceremony. But if you do stay behind, you might miss the ceremony. So what do you want to do?
Ispin wouldn't like it if I missed the ceremony, but I could maybe get to the ceremony faster using that paddle on the roof. Mooncatch is going to follow along, but
Okay.
looking over his shoulder the entire time.
Okay. You all follow Becklin to the Brass Crab, and then through the Brass Crab, she collects several villagers, and there's a whole group of villagers that all kind of follow her towards the wharf. She says hello to a dwarf there in the Brass Crab, who seems to be kind of her equal, maybe. The dwarf's name is Ridomir Ironsmile, known as Cudgel, a jovial dwarven woman of middle years, and she carries herself with confidence. They lead you all to the wharf, and when you arrive there at the wharf, they begin the farewell. And you see also assembled all around the wharf many of the villagers. Those who were closest to Ispin gather on the dock overlooking the Vingard River, and there you see Ispin's body. It's wrapped in a shroud and it rests in a small boat. A musician plays a soft song as Becklin steps forward. She smiles gently at those assembled, and her voice carries clearly across the water. She says, "You all knew Ispin as a friend. Before he died, he told me this. There should be tales, not tears, for an old scoundrel like me when I head off to the greatest adventure of them all." Becklin and Cudgel lower the boat into the water. The boat starts drifting down the river and eventually out of sight. Becklin says, "On the eve of the Kingfisher Festival, we will celebrate you, Ispin. Good travels, friend, until we meet again." And then she leads the whole group of you and all the villagers that have gathered all around to the Brass Crab. And once you guys get to the Brass Crab, you find that Yaomi, the Brass Crab's proprietor, has bread and cheese and local ale, and the reception crowds the Brass Crab from wall to wall with people from the village. Becklin calls for everyone's attention and shares one of Ispin's favorite stories, the tale of the time the high sub-senior artillerist of Mount Nevermind launched her pet weasel all the way from the Gnome Enclave to Sankrist Island, then hired Ispin to recover the critter, or at least to note its trajectory. Becklin then invites attendees to share their own tales. Anyone want to volunteer a tale about Ispin?
Oh,
Yeah.
Mooncatcher jumps up and down, raising his hand.
She nods to Mooncatch.
All right. One time, the Lord of Palanthas ordered Ispin arrested after Ispin shaved the Lord's twin Solamnic poodles, but Ispin talked his way out of it by convincing the nobleman, with the help of a historian he knew, that Lord Vinus Solamnus himself had his prized poodle regularly shaved.
You notice one of the people in the place there. I need everyone to make a wisdom insight check for me real quick. Wisdom insight. Benin and Wilvin and Skathak. You guys notice as Mooncatch is telling his tale that one of the patrons of the inn, this one here in particular, Becaris the Younger Uthestein, finely dressed and handsome young man, he yawns, kind of impolitely during Mooncatch's telling of the tale, and definitely in an exaggerated fashion. A couple people glance at him, and then they look to the next person who wants to tell the tale. Was that Benin next?
Yeah. Let me tell you the story of when Benin was imprisoned for a week in the mountain of the dwarf nation of Kaelin, and he was trying to make a bargain to get himself loose. Well, the dwarves were beset by this creature called a Zorn that was eating all their prized gems. So Ibsen promised to lure the Zorn away if he could have his freedom. And what Ibsen did is he borrowed a prized gem and tied it to the legs of a sleeping bat. His plan was the bat would fly out of the caves at night, luring the Zorn with the gem, and eventually the bat would come back and the Zorn would get lost, and he'd get the gem back and the Zorn would be gone. But it turned out that Zorn had an appetite for blood, namely Ibsen's blood. So the last time I saw Ibsen, he was running out of those caves, screaming into the night, while being chased by a bat that was being chased by a Zorn. It was a sight to see.
The crowd likes it. Everyone chuckles at the story, except for Becaris. He blurts out, "We've heard this 1,000 times." A couple people grumble at that. Who would like to go next?
Can I go next? But I'm not going to tell a story.
Go ahead, Wilvin.
I'm going to sidle up to Baccharis, and while the next person is walking up to the stage and it's quiet, I'll just nudge him and quietly say, "You got a problem, pal?"
While you're doing that, and the next person is walking up to tell the tale, you notice, in addition to Baccharis, who's heckling the different speakers, one person out of the ordinary, not unlike yourself in these parts, and that is a blue-haired Sylvanesti elf. sitting alone and politely aloof at a table for two, watching the tales that are being told intently, but not saying anything. So you notice that, Wilvin. You nudge Baccharis. Do you have a problem? He says, who are you? Do you know who I am?
I don't care who you are. This is Ispin's funeral. I'd like you to be respectful or leave. And I'm going to try and flex a little bit.
Okay.
To scare him off.
Go ahead and make a... Actually, you don't even have to. He scoffs at you. He says, no one in Vogler can take a joke, not even the new ones. And then he actually leaves the ceremony. And Wilvin, you can have inspiration.
The only joke in Vogler is you.
Oh.
Up.
Nice. Okay, who wants to go next?
Well,
Catholic can.
Go ahead, Scathak.
So, Ispin once told me of the time that he spent the night in a rock's nest. You see, he had, the weather turned bad and...
A little boy says, rocks have nests?
Indeed, rocks have nests high in the Vingard Mountains, and he was traveling there, and the weather turned bad, and he ended up spending the evening there. It must have been a comfortable sort of nest, as when the sun rose, he found himself half smothered by a rock who had mistook him for one of her eggs. It was 3 days he spent in that nest, not wanting to upset the mother and damage the other eggs around him. When he finally got out, well, let's just say he was picking rock feathers out of his beard for at least a 10-day.
The crowd all cheers. It's your turn, Calvin. Calvin, you notice Wilvin notice someone in the crowd, and you turn to look, and you see this blue-haired Sylvanesti elf watching each of your stories. What would you like to do, Calvin? Tell a tale or something else?
sorry, my wife walked. A random person walked into the inn and tapped me on the shoulder and asked me about dinner tomorrow for my birthday. But I will step to the stage, not as creative, more of a listener than the teller of tall tales. I will tell the time that Ispin was flying across in his vessel across the Blood Sea of Ishtar, when behind him he was being chased or chased after by a crew of Minotaur pirates, and he fretted, and they kept on getting closer. Obviously, they had one of those triremes where the paddles dip in the water, and they were just out. Their sweat equity was getting them closer and closer, and then he finally played a ditty on some flute or some naval ditty that he had learned, and he not charmed, but he made this bargain with a dragon turtle, which I don't even know those exist in this realm. But anyways, that's what he called this thing. And it pushed, it didn't destroy the Minotaur vessel, but it actually just tipped it over. And he got all the gold and all the jewels and all the treasure. And supposedly one day he was going to tell me where it was hidden, but he never did. So that's my tale. And it's been 3 days at sea being chased by Minotaur pirates paddling away. So.
All right. So the crowd continues on to tell other tales. The 5 of you can kind of converse with each other now as you return to your table that you're sharing. Becklin shares it with you. Becklin introduces you to Cudgel. You learn that Cudgel is a captain of a mercenary company that is here, and they are going to take part in a reenactment that's part of the Kingfisher Festival tomorrow. They reenact a battle, and Becklin, it looks like a thought dawns on her, and she says, you all should take part. You could be part of the heroic side, part of the Solamnic side in the reenactment.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, yeah. Mooncatch immediately says yes.
You notice a lot of people kind of being deferential to an individual named Raven in the bar. And then, of course, you have the blue-haired Sylvanesti elf, which stands out in that there are no other Sylvanesti elves around the whole city that you've seen. Would you guys like to do anything else during the tale telling?
Yeah, I'll go. Once we've made arrangements to fight with or reenact with Cudgel, Zakath will go sit with the elf.
All right. The elf is quiet, nods to you politely. She says hello.
Are you going to tell a tale? You must be here for Ispin.
Well, yeah, I knew Ispin. I'm not much of a tale teller, more of a singer.
Oh, perhaps you will honor him with the song. I would, any chance you have to hear elven song is one you should take.
Let's return to that conversation in a second. Anyone else want to do anything?
Is there any magic user-looking people around?
There are not.
Well, Mooncatch will climb up on a table and start casting prestidigitation to do magic tricks.
Oh, wow.
For the kids.
That draws a lot of crowd there. Calvin, anything else? Are you going to fall down and accidentally have the ring land on your finger and go invisible, Mooncatch?
That's the finale.
That's the grand finale.
That's awesome.
No, I won't. I will just applaud.
Okay.
Isn't magic a rarity?
Very
these
rare,
days?
yeah. Magic is very
So-
rare. Even more rare is what Benin can do. Benin, what do you want to do? Anything?
Oh,
And you're muted if you're talking, Benin.
No, I'm just gonna sit
Observe.
back and
Okay.
observe.
And Will, any last things?
I'm gonna try and carve my name somewhere.
Okay. Okay, back to you, Scathak. Okay, how you say your name again? I'll get it right here.
So just scath and then ack.
Scathak. Okay. So Scathak, you're talking to this elf introduces herself as Ladara. She knew Ispin. She came to pay respects. Maybe you could persuade her to sing if you like. You make a charisma persuasion check. She seems reserved. You're not sure if she wants to sing or not, but you might be able to try to persuade her into it.
Well, I will remind her of how much Ispin loves song in celebration, and he himself did not want this to be a somber event, but one of cheer. And I can think of nothing else that would bring more cheer at this moment than a song. And I will try to persuade her.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
20 persuasion. Okay. The grand finale. I mean, for the kids, it's Mooncatcher. But for everyone else, it is when the Sylvanesti elf stands up at the Brass Crab in Vogler to sing a song in Elvish, heartbreakingly beautiful Sylvanesti song about Ispin. And the whole crowd is kind of brought to tears, and people are hugging each other and crying and everything. And they kind of all crowd around Ladara when she finishes. Do any of you speak Elven?
I think I do.
I do.
Let me.
Okay.
I think I do.
I do. Yes.
All right.
I do.
Let me tell you what her song's about here.
It was spoken to her in Elvish.
Maybe recall. I don't think. I want to make sure I didn't give you any of you guys. This one is. Tell me if this starts out like one of your stories. Once Ispin saved an entire village by using its shield.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, so she sings a song of Ispin saving an entire village in a faraway land called Solace. And the people were being overwhelmed by attacks of some strange, dark, wolf-like creature. And many people were being transformed into the wolves in the song. But Ispin was able to use his shield to heal them. And then at the end of the song, there's something about, I'm not sure if you're translating it right, something about a unicorn nodding to Ispin. And that was the end of the song. The whole crowd gathers around Ladara, and everyone starts to disperse and go back to their homes. You look for Ladara, and she's not there anymore. You don't know where she ended up. No one seems to know where she went exactly. One more person introduces themselves to you before you leave. That's Raven. Raven is the mayor of this fine city, and she congratulates you on the stories that you told. She's happy to meet a friend of Ispin and a friend of Becklin and a friend of Cudgel, and she hopes that you'll have a good stay here in the village. And then finally, the last person to talk to you before you retire for the night is Becklin. And Becklin tells you to please come by Thornwall Keep in the morning. There's something that she has for you.
Indeed.
All right. And that is the evening. So you guys get a nice long rest, very refreshing. You wake up in the morning, you get your stuff together to go to Thornwall Keep to see what Becklin has for you. The town is abuzz with festive energy this morning as the locals are setting up stalls and hanging decorations and getting ready for their festival. You see Thornwall Keep rising above the morning mist like a ghost up on the hill. As you start heading that direction, you hear someone say, "Good morning, Becklin's friends." You turn to see a cheerful young lad. He says, "I'm glad I caught you." He steps out of a doorway. He's no more than 20 years old. He's got a sword at his hip. He's got a cloth sack in his arm. And he introduces himself. himself. He says, "I'm Derek. I'm Becklin's student. I hope you haven't had breakfast already." And I got a picture of him here too. There's Derek.
Mooncatch will go up and immediately shake his hand or offer to shake his hand and say, "I'm Mooncatch."
He shakes your hand. Mooncatch, pleasure to meet you. I'm Derek Highwater. I'm a student of Becklin's.
I am
Ahmed.
Mooncatch Stardancer. I am a red wizard.
A red wizard.
Or
Really?
red robe mage. And Mooncatch will look and see what's inside his bag.
Okay. He has what looks like maybe like a hand pie in his bag, some food.
Ooh,
Hey, I have to get some more food for breakfast. You guys want to come along?
yeah.
Absolutely.
So he leads you off to the fishbowl and a couple other little bakery places as he's collecting food for breakfast. And he peppers you guys with questions about everywhere you've been. He wants to know all about Solamnia, Kaolin, any other places, Planthus, or any other places that you guys have been. Just pestering you with questions nonstop.
Mooncatch will answer all his questions while also eating his meat pie.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions for Derek on the way?
Oh yeah. Ask about him. Ask about oh gosh, the name of the knight. Becklin.
Becklin?
What they're doing here, how things are going.
Derek tells you
other rumors.
I was left here by my parents. I don't know actually what necessarily happened to them, but they raised me here. I stayed at the mayor's home for some time, and then when Becklin came, she took me under her wing, and she's a Knight of Solamnia, and I would like to become a Knight of Solamnia. So I'm training with her, and he seems like starstruck by you guys, and just, floods you guys with answers about his life and everything that's gone on. Becklin, he has nothing bad to say about Becklin. Let's see what he tells you about her. Becklin, she's a Solamnia Knight of the Order of the Crown, he says.
Ooh.
And she adventured with Ispin and Cudgel, but for about 10 years now, she's been the Castellan of Thornwall Keep. She's kind of bored, I think, a little bit, but she likes to really explore, and she's been doing lots of excavations around Thornwall Keep and collecting lots of stuff that she's been finding. She's a really kind woman, and I'm lucky that I'm lucky that she's teaching me. The Knights of Solamnia aren't necessarily well liked, but people seem to like Becklin.
Yeah, so those that carry themselves as they should. It seems that you're working hard to learning the real lessons that she's teaching you. That's excellent.
Any other questions for Derek on your way?
I'll ask him about the recipe for this meat pie.
Okay. He bought it. He tells you where he bought it from.
Oh, it was delicious.
Was
Easy
it from
to
the
make.
fishbowl?
No, he hadn't been there yet, but he gets some from the fishbowl, and they're even better than the first one you guys are eating. So the fishbowl, you think, has the best fish pies in town. About that time, you guys arrive at Thornwall Keep. So Thornwall Keep, let's see here.
Oh, I'll ask him about the paddle ride on the top of the keep.
Oh, that is a gnomish invention. It's called something flinger. It's not really a catapult. I know it looks like a catapult, but the gnome says that it will transport people through the air. I don't know how that works out in the end. No one I've seen has tried it.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I bet the travel part works real well.
Let's do it.
He assures me there's a way that it works, but I haven't. I don't want to try it.
Well, why don't we meet with Becklin and then see if we can find this gnome?
Okay, sounds good. So you guys arrive at Thornwall Keep. The crumbling ruins of walls and other fallen structures surround the keep, and amid them you notice several shallow square pits you didn't notice before, and they're various covered excavation sites.
Oh.
Then there's the veins of the bronze-colored ivy clinging to the Thornwall Keep's ancient stone. From its crenellated roof rises the elaborate device resembling a catapult. And Becklin meets you at the door, this time in simple shirt and breeches, instead of her full Solamnic armor. She says, "Please come inside. We will head to the library." You guys make your way into the keep. The ground floor of the keep, let's see here. There's a library that you go to. There's a lot of relics, 40 or more pieces of rusted tools and armor. She sits down there, invites you all to sit down. Derek unloads all the food he brought. Becklin makes small talk with you guys about the keep and her excavations and the device on the roof. Any specific questions you guys have?
Does she hint at why she's doing the excavations?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm, a historian. I guess is a hobby of mine. Did you guys know that
Me
this
too.
place used to be an island before the cataclysm?
It was an island.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. And she shows you all the various trinkets and stuff she's found. Nothing too, extraordinary amongst it all. It seems kind of mundane mostly. Any other questions?
I want to ask her what's the weirdest thing she's found.
She describes, or she shows you a device or an item that she thinks is from Istar, actually.
I pull it out of my pouch and ask her if this is it.
That is it. It goes right over there. She points out where it goes for Mooncatch.
Oh, I'll put it back. Silly
So
device.
this thing, it seems to have these, and she shows you these things that are kind of protruding out of it. It's articulated, and it almost looks like the leg of something. It's about a foot long. It's got like a joint that rotates, and there's it's like a very thin tube of metal, very, very thin tube of metal, and it's got like a coating around the outside of it, and it's cut after it extends off of this leg-like thing a little bit. She says she thinks it's Istarian, and maybe some sort of automaton or something. That's the craziest thing she's found. It was a long time ago, but there was actually a fight, and that's what is going to be reenacted. A battle between the SOLAMNIC Knights and Istar at High Hill. So this must have been when the Istarians were here, this item, she says. Okay, so she says, wait right there. After you guys have had your breakfast and talked for a while, she says, wait right there. She steps away for a moment, and then when she returns, she is holding a shallow wooden box, approximately 3 feet on a side. She sets it down gently on a table, and she says, Ispin left this for all of you, but it comes with a condition. Since he won't be attending the Kingfisher Festival this year, he wanted you all to participate for him. Specifically, he hoped you'd take his place during the reenactment of the Battle of High Hill. Every year he looked forward to participating and dying in an even more ludicrous way than the year before. She smiles at the memory, and she opens the box. And inside is a round green shield, Ispin's shield, that he left for you.
Oh.
You discover it's a +1 shield. It's carved with a scarred broadleaf tree and painted a mossy green. You recall the story that the elf sang the night before of Ispin being given the shield by a unicorn in the far-off forest of Darken Wood. And the shield actually has a special power when you're holding it that you can do once per day. Where's that shield? Once per long rest, you can touch a creature as an action and heal 2d8 plus 2 hit points
Wow.
and remove disease and poison.
Well, Skathic would love to carry that into the reenactment to honor Ispin.
It is yours, she says. And as you guys finish up your breakfast and you carry the shield of Ispin away, the town of Vogler is getting ready for the festival. So, when you return to town after visiting Thornwall Keep, I got a picture here. After visiting Thornwall Keep.
Mooncatch have the opportunity to go up to the roof and test out the.
Oh yeah, you guys talked about that
throw.
a little bit. Let me tell you what she told you about that real quick. So that contraption she tells you is a Gnomeflinger, and there's a tinker gnome in town named Than. He built it and maintains it. I put up with his occasional early morning tinkering. He can tell you all about it, and she tells you where he lives.
Okay.
You can probably break away while they're talking and sneak up there and get a look at it.
Yes. I do.
You can't quite make out exactly how it works, although you think just crank that crank and then you pull the pin and then it will throw you. And it looks like it's pretty hard to move and re-aim. Might take a few of you to do that. It's aimed right now toward the hill to the northeast that overlooks the town. You think, judging, you'd land in the trees over there probably.
And can I do that on my own?
Fire it off.
Yeah. With
Yep.
me on it?
Yep. So
I will run to the trees to catch you.
So he snuck out there. Of course, you guys probably made a plan, being Kenders, to try it out. And just as you guys are leaving to head back to the festival, you all look around. You don't know where the Kenders are, and then the whole tower shakes as this contraption is shot off. The whole tower shakes. Dust comes down from the ceiling and such, and you just hear a scream as Mooncatch goes flying towards the trees. So Mooncatch, you're going to land in the trees. It doesn't look like it's going to be all that fun. Anything you want to do?
I don't think that may be your definition of not fun.
I mean, as in painful when you hit.
I don't. Yeah, I'll cast Featherfall.
Okay. So just before you would impact the trees and maybe impale yourself on a branch, you cast Featherfall.
Wizards.
And you land safely. Becklin shakes her head.
The whole time he's floating down, Calvin's running back and forth with a basket like he's going to fall at any second. Just back and forth.
Okay. Becklin shakes her head and says, "We'll see you all at the reenactment." You guys collect Calvin collects Mooncatch. You guys all head toward the festival, and now the festival. Okay, so here's a picture of the festival. That is the festival. Here we go. Okay, so when you return to town after visiting Thornwall Keep, and Calvin and Mooncatch, you guys can add inspiration. The Kingfisher Festival is in full swing. You see colorful banners and paper decorations shaped like kingfishers decorating the village circle. You see temporary stalls selling food and colorful crafts. And in the center of the circle, an ancient tree providing shade for the happy picnickers. There's a temporary stage set up that you can see on the left of that picture there. And there's some people playing music up there. It looks like the people take turns cycling through who's performing up there. The mayor, who you met the day before, raises her arms high and says, "Welcome, friends. Welcome to the Kingfisher Festival." Cheers and applause fill the circle. The mayor smiles widely. She continues, Today is a day not only of revelry but also reflection. We are all here thanks to the courage of heroes who came before us. Let us honor our founders and our family and all those who can't be here to celebrate today. Enjoy your festival, Vogler, with good spirits, good times, and good friends, and look to the Kingfishers for good luck. There's an energetic round of cheers following the mayor's words, and with that, the Kingfisher Festival is officially underway. So at the festival, you guys can buy a variety of fish-filled pastries, sweets, drinks, kingfisher-shaped crafts. All this is like, half a silver piece each. You also notice that there's some sort of contest or something going on down by the wharf. And a bunch of people are heading that direction, and even Raven, mayor, heads that direction. The festival's underway. You guys are having your fish pies, fish candy, fish beer, deep fried chocolate fish gumbo, fish scampi.
French fried fish.
You see there's something going on at the wharf. Anyone want to go check that out?
Yes.
Yeah.
That Raven's going to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You all head down that way. And at the wharf, they are having a fishing contest. You can see Raven with a fishing pole resting on her shoulder, takes her place as one of the competitors, and beckons other participants to line up with her along the docks. She says it's time to find out who among us Kingfisher fisherfolk is the Fisher King. She then casts her line in the Vingard River.
Ooh.
So you can join in the competition.
I'm gonna tie a string to the end of my hoopak
Okay.
staff.
Okay. All right. So everyone who wants to take part in the competition round that Raven, the mayor, is in, go ahead and I'll put y'all on the line here. Move your token one up. Okay. There's no entry fee. You can basically take part in one round of it. And it is a 30-minute contest with 3 10-minute rounds. And the mayor will go first.
Is there going to be another contest after this round, or?
You can do it. Yeah, you can go in a different contest if you like. There's multiple ones. Okay, so the mayor goes first. The mayor catches in the first 10 minutes, a 3-foot mature cuirassed carp.
Wow.
The winner is whoever catches the most length of fish. Okay, Benin, roll a d20 for me. Yeah, big fish. The higher the roll, the better, Benin. A 5. Okay, you hook something. It's not too big, but you hook it. You need to make a survival check. If you have your own fishing gear and not borrowed fishing gear, you'd have advantage on the check. If not, just a regular survival check, and the DC is 8. Gotta get an 8 or higher, Benin, to reel this guy in. No problem. You reel in your 1-foot eel. So Benin in the first round got a 1-foot eel.
Does that count as a fish?
Yeah, it does. Calvin, roll d20 and try and roll high.
So, do I get an advantage at all if I launch my lure with my hoop pack?
No, you don't.
Okay. All right.
But you have inspiration, so you can get advantage. First roll a d20 though. Let's see what you got a
Yeah.
chance of finding here. A 10. You got a carp on the hook. You think a DC 10 to reel it in.
Yawn. All right. Survival.
Survival DC 10. Wisdom.
What is survival? Wisdom?
Yeah. All right.
Nope.
You got 9. Do you want to use inspiration and re-roll?
If I get it, if I'm out this round, I don't get to come back in?
Correct.
Correct. I guess I wanted a bigger fish.
Yeah, you got it. So you got a 1-foot guy, Calvin, 1-foot harp, and then Mooncatch. Roll d20. Try to roll high. 12. You got a chance for a bigger eel. DC 11 to reel this guy in though.
Go ahead.
Mooncatch reels in a 2-foot long eel. So you're all behind the mayor, who got a 3-foot fish the first round. In the second round, the mayor gets a 2-foot fish. So the mayor's up to 5 feet now. And Ben, roll d20 and try to roll high. Oh no. Ben. Oh yeah, you got something on the reel. DC 8 to reel it in. Ben reels in another 1-foot long eel for 2 feet total. Calvin, roll d20. That is a DC 8 to reel in eel.
Barely.
Barely got it. 2 feet for Calvin.
This thing is fun. I might have really light tackle, so I'll pull it out and I'll be like,
Mooncatch, roll d20.
Fisher Price. Ooh, nice.
Oh, Mooncatch, you got something big on the line. It's a 12 to reel it in, though. DC 12. Oh, no. Do you want to spend your inspiration?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to re-roll. DC 12. Oh, no.
No.
Mooncatch loses the 2-footer and is stuck at 2 feet still. All right. Last round. The mayor gets another 2-foot fish for 7 feet total. And Calvin, roll a d20. Oh, no. Calvin gets nothing that round and walks away dejected.
Very dejected.
Benin, roll d20. Oh my god. Benin's got something enormous on the line. It's a DC 15 to get this thing in, Benin.
No problem.
Oh yeah. Benin reels in a 5-foot long carp for 7 feet total to tie the mayor. And Benin's got the biggest fish overall for the tiebreaker, so Benin's going to win unless Moon can beat Benin. Moon, roll d20. Oh, you got a chance for something big. DC 12 to get a 3-foot carp.
I just use Mage Hand to grab it out of the water.
I'll give you advantage if you use Mage Hand.
I'm using Mage Hand. What was it, DC?
I think it was 12. Now, do a sleight of hand check. Let's make sure no one saw you casting your Mage Hand, even though I don't know that they'd know what it was. So Raven shakes her head at you, but you didn't beat her anyway, so you're okay. You got 5 feet total. Benin is the winner at 7 feet. Benin, you get an award of your choice of a blue knit cap or a fishing fly made from blue feathers.
Oh, the cap for sure.
All right. You got yourself a blue knit cap. Round 2, you got some more locals joining, but Raven's not in it. Skathak and Wilvin, do you want to?
Come on, Wilvin.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Okay. So, first we'll have Skathak. Go ahead, Skathak.
Right. D20. Let's do it. Oh, a 4. Shit.
4. That is a fish. You got something on the line. DC 8 to reel it in.
Got it.
Nice. Okay, you got 1 foot there. And then I'm going to have a villager go. Straight D20. Villager got a 10, which is DC 10 to reel it in. It's not Darret. I'm using Darret for the roll. DC 10, the villager is a +2 to do a survival check. DC 10 +2, villager got a 10. That is a 1-foot carp. So tying Skathak. Wilvin, roll D20. Ooh, nice roll, Wilvin. 15, you got something big on the line. DC 11 to reel it in.
Is that strength?
It is wisdom.
Oh.
No problem. 2 feet for
guy.
Wilvin. And then we got the next villager. Oh, got nothing this round. 0 feet.
Oh, they caught themselves in the derriere as they were trying to cast.
Next is Skathak. Go ahead. Oh my god. Something enormous on the line, Skathak. DC 15 to reel this thing in.
Dragon turtle.
Do I have inspiration?
You do not.
Oh, lost it.
7, 8, 9. Not only did you lose it, it pulled you in. It was so big. You get pulled into the water, and you are actually disqualified for that round.
What?
Yep. So it's up to you, Wilvin. Let's see what the villager's going to do first. Villager got nothing. Wilvin, what do you get? Wilvin got an 11. That's a DC 10 to bring it in. You got another 1 footer. So Wilvin, you're up to 3 feet. The villager to your left is at 1 foot. The villager to your right, 11. And then their check is a 9, 10, 11, which is enough to get a 1 footer. So you got 1 foot to your left, 1 foot to your right, and you're at 3 feet. And then the final round, the villager to your left, 15. It's a DC 11 now. Oh, that villager is pulled into the water. Wilvin, your turn.
There's a massive fish out there just playing games with us.
6. That's something on the line. DC 8 to reel it in. You
I'm gonna
don't.
use my inspiration.
Okay, roll again. You reel it in another footer, so you got 4 feet. So unless this villager to your left reels in something big, 12 won't do it. He fights and fights and gets a 2-footer in. And Wilvin, you are the champion. Wilvin, there's one prize left. It is the
Good job.
It is the blue fishing fly. The fishing fly made from blue feathers.
I'm gonna attach that to my belt.
Okay.
Keep it on there.
All right. And you guys all during this contest, crap, I forgot one thing. There is like a kind of a drunkard there the whole time heckling you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the same guy that was heckling you all before, but it is related to him. Lord Bucaris Uth Estein, so Lord Bucaris the Elder, finely dressed, fat and balding, and a lot drunk during the fishing contest. Heckling you all as you're fishing, telling you it's a stupid pastime. Why do you enjoy such a ridiculous pastime, etc.
Do I get the sense that, like, if I threw him into the water, people would get, like, mad and arrest me?
You don't get that sense.
I'm going to rage and try and throw him in the water.
Okay. Let's see, make it a opposed strength check. Or he can use dex, too.
Now I do a help action. And a way I envision this is to sweep
I
his
already
legs
raged.
with the
I already
back.
have advantage.
Oh,
He's already 24.
I give the other guy disadvantage.
Oh my god. Lord Uthestide puts up a vigorous fight, but finally stumbles drunkenly and is shoved into the wharf to the cheers of all the crowd. And
Hey,
Wilvin, you can have
looks
inspiration
like you
again.
caught a big one.
Mooncatch is going to throw his eel at the guy in the water.
Lord Bucaris gets out of the water, enraged, in fury, but stomps off in his sloshy, wet boots toward the west side house. That's evidently his house. And you see Bucaris the Younger sheepishly follow after him. Bucaris the Younger is this guy. His son, evidently. Okay, fishing contest is over. We got 2 winners in the party. Both of you who won can have inspiration. So you already have inspiration, Wilvin. And then Benin, you have inspiration. And finally, it is time for the reenactment. The Kingfisher Festival culminates in the annual reenactment of the Battle of High Hill. In the early afternoon, Mayor Raven rallies Vogler's militia in the village circle. The militia then leads a haphazard parade from town toward High Hill. High Hill's about 30 minutes away north along the road. You didn't pass
So
it.
there's a parade?
Yeah, it's a parade.
I will pull up my bagpipes and play as we go.
Awesome. Make a performance check.
No, of course.
Charisma,
That's
performance. Yeah.
Where's my token? Yep.
Nice.
11.
Or 13 with your training in bagpipes. Okay, the crowd is raucous. There's drinks. They're getting drunk. It's a normally 30-minute walk. It takes about an hour for the crowd to finally get to High Hill. Darrett and Becklin are walking with you guys as you go. Cudgel's already there, evidently, because Cudgel's leading the mercenary troop that are acting like the Istar forces. When you arrive at the hill, the jovial crowd arrives at High Hill after about an hour and finds a seat on an adjacent hill to overlook the battlefield. The militia takes up its position atop High Hill, the same hill SOLAMNIC troops held centuries ago. The mayor invites you to join the militia as great SOLAMNIC heroes and hands you padding to put on your weapons.
Yep.
You face the mercenaries of the ironclad regiment at the base of the hill, arrayed as the forces of Istar. Do you all put your padding on your weapon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The mage
I
Magius. Nice. All right. Anyone else know who they were portraying? Anyone want to be Huma?
No, Calvin seems very lost at a lot of this.
Don't worry. Mooncatch tells his best friend Calvin Tendertoes that as a brave knight, he is definitely Huma, Dragon's Bane, Magius' best friend.
Yes.
I think. Well,
That makes perfect sense in
Yeah.
Kinder world.
I think I'll represent the Knights of Solamnia if that's all right.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can also be human Dragon's Bane.
Here, let me
Cool.
move you guys to the
Do you
map.
want to be my mount?
Oh, yeah. Can you? Yeah. So I'll put you on my shoulders with my 8 strength.
Like my toes are still on the ground. It's like, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what kind of
you
trouble we
guys.
can get into here?
The Battle of High Hill. So there's a map just below where you were, right here. This is High Hill. You're going to take up your positions near this log at the top of the hill by the tree up here. The Astarian forces will be coming from your east, charging up the hill. To the north and to the south are other units. And you guys are like the heroic center of the battle. So go ahead and set your guys up on the top of the hill right around there.
At the center, like right there?
Yep. Your enemy forces will be coming from the east, the Astarian forces.
Oh, from the east.
East, yep. All right. The battle begins.
So wait. They're coming from over here? Oh, no.
East. On the right side.
Forwards.
Left to right on your radio dial.
A tinge of excitement fills the field. Somewhere on the line, a reenactor hoots and yells, "Let's send those Astarian rats running!"
Oh, friends.
A moment later, a trumpet blast signals the start of the battle. For Istar, yells the
Glinting.
mercenaries' leader, a tall half-ogre among several mounted soldiers. With a charge, the battle begins.
They have no padding. There's no padding on their weapons.
Is this supposed to be like this?
The unexpected
sure it's
sound of metal clashing on armor rings across the field, silencing laughter and melodramatic boasts. A ribbon of red splashes over the grassy hill, followed by shocked screams. Any pretense of a reenactment shatters. The high hill is the site of a true battle once more. Within moments, all around you, armed mercenaries attack unprepared villagers fighting for their lives. So you all are in the midst of this fray, yelling warnings to them. They're scrambling to take the padding off of their weapons, as are probably you, or you're dropping those weapons, grabbing other weapons. As you are singled out by 3 mounted warriors. The battlefield here, this 15-foot edge of the battlefield, is the fray all around you, the battle that's happening all around you. So entering that area, that's 15 feet of the edge of the map, would be difficult terrain, and you could take damage from dozens of clashing combatants that are all around. All you have to worry about fighting are these mounted soldiers in front of you. So, everyone, please roll initiative.
Is the hill difficult terrain?
Hill itself is not. Crossing a wall would be. There are low walls. Crossing through the tree area would be as well, or the wagon.
Okay. Barbarian.
Oh, I bet the turns aren't showing up because I didn't have the turn order open. So go to reroll. Go to reroll. Sorry if you got a good one. We'll take whatever you roll the second time. Oh, it all went in.
I thought the exact same thing.
I didn't re-roll.
Okay, you're good if it's in there. And let's see, guard, and last guard.
So is Kujal, did you say that Kujal was leading these mercenaries?
Okay, so Cudgel is not amongst the warriors that are attacking you. There is, you saw,
My knee popped.
trumpet blast signals the start of the battle. For Istar, yells the mercenaries' leader, a tall half-ogre among several mounted soldiers. So the tall half-ogre is battling amongst the fray. You're battling these mounted soldiers. Cudgel and Beckett, or Becklin, and Raven were with the civilians watching from another hill. So Cudgel's not in the battle. Although you don't know what's happening now as battle's raging all around you. But
Raven
Cudgel was
combatant?
not leading the attack. It was a big half-ogre leading the attack. Okay, so we got initiative. Calvin, you're first to go. These soldiers have been attacking others, and they're coming to attack you. They do not have their weapons padded. You do right now. Your primary weapon is. What do you want to do, Calvin?
I don't need no weapon. I'm going to... I can move... How far can I move? 30 feet? Alright, I'm going to fire. The first thing I'm going to do is just pick up a stone and hoop back it. +7. So 15 for 5 on the center guy that's mounted.
15, and the center guy that's mounted is a miss.
Alright. And then I will taunt him. 11 wisdom to negate the taunt.
Wisdom save. You got him.
Alright. And then I will run.
After Calvin comes the first guard. He comes charging up the hill on his horse. Where are you going to end up, Calvin? Oh, Raven's not there.
Okay.
He comes charging up the hill on his horse, but veers to the side, not wanting to provoke from all of you on the way through, and charges at Skathak. Uses his horse to make the attack. Trampling charge, move 20 feet straight. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, to a creature before hitting it. Fortune strength save or prone. Okay, make a strength save, please. DC 14, Skathak. Skathak, you shove the horse aside and are not knocked prone, and that guard is done.
Wow.
Benin, your turn.
Bennon's gonna cast Bless on Wilvin, Scarthak, and Calvin.
Nice.
Thank you.
Wilvin, you are blessed by the gods. It's your turn.
I'm going to go over and help out Skathak. I'm going to start raging, and a big old grin splits my face, and I'm going to make a great sword attack.
Oh, yeah, you nail that guard. 10 points of slashing damage with the great sword. Almost cuts him off the horse. Blood splatters everywhere.
Oh, wow.
After Wilvin, Skathak.
All right, Skathak is going to use the what is it called? The Squire of Solamnia, precise strike, to gain advantage and try to put this guy down. Oh, at least a 21.
That's a hit.
And I don't want to roll that because that's a good roll. So can I see? Can Skathak see blood on this person's weapon? Like he's killed someone before getting
Yeah.
it? All right, then she that's a lethal blow.
And that guy's off the horse and down. The horse is kind of enraged, so you don't know what it's going to do. You want to mount it, Skathak?
She's gonna try to mount it.
All right, make
Absolutely.
a animal handling check for me for free.
Wisdom.
All right,
Yeah.
the horse is under your control. So you've
Wow.
attacked, you've mounted, which took 5 feet of your movement, right?
Yeah.
The horse has
so it
already
takes
used its
5
action to move, though, so you can't move anymore this turn. So next turn,
Okay.
it'll be basically doing at the same time as you.
Cool.
All right, after Skathak, Mooncatch.
I'm going to cast Sleep to get these two
Okay,
guys.
go for it.
Play the game of who's got fewer hit points, the guy or the horse.
Do I not have Sleep on my...
You do not.
Okay.
It's 5d8, if I recall correctly.
I'll just not hit the right button on that.
5d8.
God dang it, that sucks. Okay, sorry. 5d8. 5d8. 24.
24. Okay,
Wow.
the rider falls asleep. The horse does not.
And then Mooncatch is going to climb up into this tree.
Use that for sleeping. Okay, after Mooncatch comes the guard to the north, who's asleep. His horse, without guidance, kind of just ends up over there. And then the guard to the south goes. He charges forward at Skathak on her mount. Gets to here and stabs at you with his spear, almost like a lance, Skathak. But 12, you push aside with your green shield. And then, at the end of the turn, let's see if anything happens in the battle here. Dun, dun, dun. You see one of Vogler's militia, wounded, come staggering out of the fray. I'll mark him with green for an ally. And actually prone and crawling, and with only 1 hit point, and initiative. And you see also coming out of the fray another mounted knight from south of the wagon there. Initiative. Okay. That's the end of that turn. That round's over. Calvin, your turn.
All right. Seeing that we have a angry I don't even know if you're raging, but we have a barbarian and a mounted paladin or knight or whatever. I'm going to look at the new combatant. How tall is this wall?
About 3 feet tall.
Okay, so I can wait. Can I see over this wall?
You have to jump on top of it to fire.
Okay, I'm gonna jump on top of it to fire. I'm going to do. Can I do that? Am I on top?
Sure.
Okay. And the guard coming from the south, I will. This hoopak is not going to work, so I'm gonna short bow him.
Okay.
25
Wow.
for 10.
Okay.
And then I will, remove combatants. So I'm going to action surge. I'm going to do it again.
Hit again.
17 for 8.
Killed him.
All right.
That
And
horse
then-
kind of goes back into the fray. Then Benin, your turn.
Oh, this one villager appeared.
Yes. He's crawling. Dire injuries. Got 1 hit point left.
Well, I'm gonna go over. Oh, there we go. Here and well, for now, I'm gonna sacred flame that knight to my south.
Okay. Dex save for him. You got him.
Nice.
Where's my sacred flame button? There it is.
7 radiant. Got it. Okay. After Benin comes Wilvin.
I'm gonna finish off this guard with a greatsword attack.
Yes. Nice.
William Wallace style Wilvin takes him out.
And then I guess I'm gonna start striding over with my remaining 20 feet of movement over to
Okay.
the sleeping guard.
Then the guard that's crawling along the ground crawls next to you, Benin, and begs for help.
Bear.
Skathak, your turn.
Did he stand up to do that or no?
Crawled over there to do it.
All right. So what Skathak wants to do is right over. If she's leaning out of the saddle, does she think she can grab him and pull him up into the saddle?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what she's gonna try to do, and
Okay.
she's gonna do lay on hands for 9,
All right. It's awesome. You can have inspiration for that.
and then she will ride him back. I don't know however much she can do that, and then try to get him back to the safety of that tree.
Okay. Should be able to get him all the way to the tree.
Cool.
Say. And drop him off there, but with the additional 9 hit points. Here we go. With Skathak, and then Mooncatch. So Mooncatch, you only got 1 sleeping guard. You got battling fray all around you. You got 1 horse that could go berserk. You're not sure. You're not sure what this horse is going to do here. What do you want to do, Mooncatch?
Okay, so Mooncatch is in the tree. He is going to. Oh man, I don't know. The sleeping guard's taken care of, or he's in there. Okay. Mooncatch will ready a firebolt if that guard wakes up and
Okay.
does something to me.
All right. That guard will not wake up, so his horse just meanders around a little bit more. And then you hear a hulking figure swinging a formidable battle axe leads a band of mercenaries through the chaos. He cuts through the few remaining members of Vogler's militia as he draws closer. There is Gregonis.
Can I use my ready to action
You
to
betcha.
shoot a firebolt at him?
You bet.
Hit him in the mouth.
11?
Yeah.
11's a miss. So Gregonis joins the fray here. The roll initiative for these guys.
Is this the guy who looks like he was leading the attack?
It is.
As much as he should pay for what he's done here, we might need to take him for information, and then let the town's justice deal with him.
All right, Calvin, you're first.
Ah,
Also, one other thing, real quick. You do what happened at the end of that round with the battle. Okay, this warhorse bolts, the one that was alone. See, 1 through 3 is going to knock over Wilvin. Nope, going to knock over Benin. So Benin, this horse bolts and is charging over the top of you. You to make a DC 14 dex save or be knocked prone.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
And try that again. There we go.
Ooh, nicely done. That horse is gone, and you are not prone. Okay, now Calvin, go ahead.
Can I see him?
See the ogre?
Yep.
Yeah, you can see his feet below the tree limbs.
All right.
oh, he's over here.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking for him too. I'm gonna move here for 20. I'm going to say, Nana, Boo Boo, and I am going to taunt him for my second taunt. Boom. 11 wisdom negates.
11 wisdom on the taunt.
No.
He laughs, a giant hearty laugh.
All right, then we'll shoot him in the forehead. 17 for 7.
That's it.
Nice.
He glances off his sloping brow. He points at Skathak. He says, "Look here, boys. One who still thinks this is all a game." And he laughs.
I'll take the last 5 feet.
Benin,
10
your
feet
turn.
and hide behind.
Well, everybody's taken care of for the moment, so I'm gonna try and sacred flame the knight to the north.
The sleeping one?
Is he- The sleep?
Oh, that's the sleeping one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do the boss then.
Boss,
That's
okay.
a big point of damage. That's
And just waiting for
Yeah,
someone to take.
It's radiant, though.
And he dodged it anyway.
Oh,
Takes 10 times damage.
Laughs heartily, and now his turn. He strides forward, raises that big battle axe of his. Mooncatch, he's like eye level with you almost.
Yeah.
Comes to here, swings it down on Skathak
no.
with both his hands gripping the hilt, but misses wildly Skathak.
Wow.
And Wilvin, your turn.
2d10 plus 3.
Now you're in attacking distance, so I'm going to recklessly attack you.
Nice.
There you go.
Can I click? Okay. No, that does not work.
Well,
It's good to do it that way. We have a record that you did it, though. 21 to hit for 7 damage.
All right. That's a check.
Nice.
After Wilvin, the guards converge into the fight.
Are
One
these
hit of
good
this-
guards or bad guards?
These are all bad. Only the good one is the one with the green dot on it.
Oh, I can see they're dressed up the same.
They are dressed up similar. This one comes up to here and hurls his spear up at Mooncatch. 21 to hit you, Mooncatch, for 2 piercing.
Yeah.
Then, the good guard, he stands up and takes his spear to the one that just attacked you, Mooncatch. Hits him for 5.
yes.
Then, Skathak, your turn.
Scathic's gonna wheel the horse around, have it step just up to here, and then says, for Ispin, uses the second use of the precision strike to make an attack with the rapier. That's at least a 21, and then I think it adds a D8 damage, right? It does. Let's see.
The button should do it automatically. Click the button.
Where?
It's under your features. It's FSOS-F.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
Ooh, nice roll.
It's extra 7, so 15 total, but I'm gonna put a smite in there, level 1. Yeah, so 15, 21 total points of damage.
Wow, nice hit. Staggered him. He's not laughing now.
That's right.
And
You'll
you
pay
should be able
for
to
your
control that
crime.
horse now, I think.
Awesome.
I was wondering where that horse showed up. I was like, oh my god, it's a nightmare.
Skathak, Mooncatch.
I am going to color spray the half-ogre.
All right.
Hmm.
Ooh, 25
Wow.
hit points is the number you needed. You blind the half-ogre.
Wow.
Awesome.
Then, after Mooncatch, we got more guards coming. The guards come rushing to support the half-ogre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there and attack Wilvin with his spear. 19 to hit Wilvin for 5 piercing.
Yeah, that hits.
Then we got this other guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 to there. 7, 8. Closes to Benin, but no attack. And then one's to the south. The one to the south. He comes charging up to attack your guard friend. 2, 3, 4,
Oh.
5, 6. Stabs
Oh.
at him with his spear. Hits him for 3 piercing. Then we got the sleeping guard. And then we got that guard, which I ran out of order. And that's it. That runs over. Calvin, your turn.
Oh,
Real quick, let me do the battlefield, see if anything random happens here. Battle. We got a 1. A volley of arrows rains down over you guys. D6. 1, 2, 3. Wilvin, a volley of arrows rains down on you and Skathak's horse. It's only going to be 1 piercing damage to the 3 of you. 12 dex save negates.
Sorry, I can hear my youngest crying. I need to go check on her. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
All right. So you guys dodge, except for Skathak takes an arrow to the knee. And then Calvin, your turn.
alright. I guess Gatha and Barbarian have the half-ogre. How...
Drop the half-ogre! Drop the half-ogre!
Okay, thank you. Alright, I will drop the half-ogre. Yeah, I'll do that. So I will do lucky. So 19.
You had
Can we
advantage.
roll
The
damage?
half-ogre's blind, Calvin. So you rolled
Oh.
21 actually for 9
Nice.
piercing.
21 for 9.
Yep.
And then I'm actually gonna move right here. Does this give me line of sight on the new guards?
You bet.
Okay, and then I'll end my turn there.
Turn, Benin.
Okay, Benin is going to reposition just a smidge and try and hit those 2 guards with burning hands.
Ooh, nice. Okay. 6 fire damage dex saves, 2 dex saves. Fail and fail. Both
Nice.
take 6. Both burned badly
Yeah.
by the light.
Getting hot in here.
After Benin, the half-ogre blind, swinging wildly at Skathak at disadvantage with his battle axe. 8's a miss, and then Wilvin, your turn.
I'm going to make a regular greatsword attack against the big guy
Ooh.
for 9.
9, got it. And then we got guards coming. Guard attacking your friend with a spear. He picks up the one that missed Mooncatcher, misses the guard, the other guard. Your friend fighting back against him with his spear, misses, then Skathak, your turn.
All right,
And I think
Skathak
the
against
ogre, how long is that color spray?
this. She's still blind.
Duration 1 round, so go until Mooncatcher's turn, so still blind.
Still blind. All right. Then she will try to take advantage of that against the
16?
Bless,
16 hit.
Bless. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that's 16 for. Oh, God, I might need it for that, but not that. Nope, she's gonna smite that and put it down. I think. Jesus.
And you said you're knocking him unconscious?
Gonna knock him unconscious. Yeah.
He is down, unconscious, lands with a crash onto the ground. The guards look on, and you can see panic in their eyes now.
She's gonna ride over this away and tell them that they can drop their arms and live.
Mooncatch is away for a second. So he's got concentration on the color spray. He might then do a sacred flame that gets 2 of them that are adjacent. We'll do that. 4 radiant, 13 dex saves to cut in half. As he calls down the light of the moon, both of these guards are burning with the moonlight. And then the guards go in. This one here attacking Wilvin was not reckless, so it's only a 7. The guards seem to be fighting on. The ones that were fighting your ally instead turning it on you, Skathak, with a spear. 20 to hit for 7.
Yeah, that hits.
And then
Sorry, I'm back.
I had you do a moonfire on someone. while you
Oh,
were
that's
gone.
exactly what I would have done.
Nice. Then guard fighting against Benin with a spear. 20 to hit you, Benin, for 7 piercing. Concentration check for Bless. You might be muted, Dave, if you're talking. Took 7 piercing and concentration check for Bless.
Yep, coming up. Nope.
Okay, so Bless is down, everyone. Round's over. The fray at the end of that round of battle. A terrified riderless warhorse comes charging through the fray battle again. Actually, it's the one with this guy on it. Gonna knock you over, Calvin. Make a DC 14 dex save to not get knocked over. Calvin dodges, and then that one's out of the fight. Then, Calvin, your turn.
All right. I will do a quick survey of my allies, and I will short bow the one on Benin. 20
That's a hit.
for 7.
Killed him.
And then I will move a little bit further up and look behind me for any horses.
Benin, your turn. There's 3 guards still fighting.
Yep. We'll go here, and we'll gotta be here, and I'll burning hands the 2.
Oh, one of those is
The one with
one of
green
those
is your ally.
Oh, there are
ally.
allies.
The one
Okay,
with green
never
is your
mind.
ally.
I will sacred flame the most injured
All
one.
right. Dex save for him, 13.
There we go.
He dodges the flames. The half-ogre's sleeping. Wilvin, your turn.
This card right here. Greatsword.
10's a miss.
Ah.
After Wilvin comes the
I'm
guard.
gonna use my inspiration.
Okay, go for it. Roll again.
Okay, so you can use it after.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, you're still
11
missed. Still missed. The guard to the north is Skathak attacking Skathak with a spear. Missing. The guard that is your ally attacking the guard that just attacked you, Skathak. Cuts him down.
oh, well
And
done, friend.
Then Skathak, your turn.
dilly.
2 left fighting.
See the one that's there. Yep, that's all there is to do now. We'll attack him.
12's a miss.
Okay.
After Skathak, Mooncatch.
All right, Mooncatch is going to shoot a firebolt at it. 22 for 3.
That's a hit. North or south?
This one up here. Sorry, north one.
Got
That was
it.
a clear shot to him.
All right, now the guard's going. The one to the north attacking Wilvin with a spear. 18 to hit Wilvin for 2 piercing. The one to the south attacking Skathak with a spear. Missing. Then Calvin, your turn.
Right. I'll take the one actually to the west of me.
It's miss.
I will lucky it and miss him with a 4.
Yep. Then Benin, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna sacred flame the one between me and the horse.
Give me some damage. Make it good. You dropped him. You dropped him.
There we go.
After Benin, the
Nice.
half-ogre's sleeping. Wilvin, your turn to finish it off.
I'm gonna finish off this stinky guy up here.
Yeah.
17's a hit.
There we go.
11 drops him. Okay. As the battle winds down, ignore that. Okay, as the battle's winding down, Cudgel arrives, horrified, along with Mayor Raven, with Becklin, and several burly spectators. It looks like they've all been in a fight for their lives as well. Some treacherous mercenaries tried to kill Cudgel. Almost all of Vogler's militia has been wiped out, though.
Jesus.
There's a few survivors barely hanging on to life. Medicine check or healing magic could save one of them.
All medicine check.
DC 12 Wisdom Medicine.
Yeah.
It's going to take more than what your medical skills can do.
I'll use the last lay on hands then.
You save his life. Has been trying to manage him too. He thanks you, and with his last ounce of energy before he passes out, he hands you a silver Kingfisher charm worth 20 gold. Cudgel commands. Cudgel has no one to command anymore. Becklin commands that the half-ogre be bound, and we will take him back to Vogler.
Mooncatch is going to wonder aloud if these are any of the mercenaries that the warlords from Taman Busuk have been uniting to do bad things.
I mean, from the nation occur?
You say that out loud, and Cudgel's like furious and is over there shaking that half-ogre, saying, why, yelling at him. Finally, Becklin has to pull her off because the half-ogre is still unconscious. She says, we'll interrogate him soon enough, Cudgel. And so
tie a rope to him and drag him behind on this horse.
So now it's heading back to Vogler. After the wounded are tended to, Mayor Raven and Becklin urge the villagers to return to Vogler so they can organize a proper response. Raven and Becklin ask you to escort the villagers home safely in case of further threats, but the somber return trip to Vogler proves uneventful. So you get back to Vogler. After you return, Mayor Raven and Cudgel and Becklin ask you to join them at the Brass Crab, as Darrett and the other villagers tend to the wounded. Mayor Raven leads the conversation. She says, I have instructed trusted villagers to tend to the wounded and to recover bodies of those murdered at High Hill. I want to understand why the Ironclad Regiment was attacked us. Clearly Cudgel was betrayed, but why? The captive mercenary might have answers to those questions. She then turns to the lot of you and says, can you take on a dangerous scouting mission after the interrogation?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. She hands you guys a couple of potion vials. One's a potion of healing, and one's a potion of greater healing. And she says you may need these, but first let's see what we can find out about this, about why they attacked. And so you guys get, what's his name? Gregonis. So Cudgel calms down enough to let you know that Gregonis is one of her two captains. She's got two captains in the mercenary company. She had about 36 guards. About 2/3 of them attacked in the battle, but 1/3 did not. So she suspects they might still be back at the mercenary camp, she hopes. She had two lieutenants. Gregonis was one of them, who we have captured and tied up here. And her other lieutenant was Jayev, who she hopes is back at the camp. After the interrogation, she wants to go check out what happened at the camp. And so the interrogation goes on. The captain mercenary is brought in with his chest and arms bound by a fishing net. At first, he only mocks you and refuses to reveal anything but his name, Gregonis. Mayor Raven says, keep him alive. Cudgel initially tries to interrogate him, but she just is yelling and screaming and finally backs away to let you guys take your turn at it. So, do any of you want to try and persuade him into talking?
Yeah, I think can do.
Yeah, I'll. Mooncatch will cast a charm person on him.
He may be a giant.
Oh, a half. Okay.
He may be humanoid, but I think he's giant.
Would Mooncatch know?
Half of him is a giant.
You can look it up.
Half of him
is a giant.
Yeah. Just like half of me is Canadian.
It's half ogre.
He's a half-ogre. Yeah, look up half-ogre and see if that's a giant or not.
Doing it now.
Do I have access to
a giant? You are correct.
Do I have access to one of the fish caught in the competition?
Yeah.
Okay. I will be entering the interrogation with the Neil.
Okay, so with your guys' assistance, Scathak.
Persuade. Is it? You say persuasion check?
Scathak, you can make a persuasion with advantage.
Oh, my persuasion is a
5+5.
My persuasion is a +5.
That Scathak is +5 too.
I'll use my inspiration here.
You already were inspired.
Oh, gotcha. I thought just to
That's enough though.
Oh, damn.
He spills the beans eventually under you guys' repeated questioning. Confesses what he knows.
Can I bludgeon him the whole time with the eel?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. I don't want to even ask him any questions. I just want to, every time he says something to my teammates,
Just hit him
I
with
just
the
want to
eel.
hit him with the eel.
Okay, he's going to talk in the third person here. I'll let you know what he confesses. Gregonis planned to kill Cudgel and take control of the Ironclad Regiment. Of course, this is Gregonis. Several days ago, Gregonis headed into the woods east of the mercenary camp, then returned with a considerable amount of gold. In fact, you guys got a lot of gold off these guys. I didn't tell you, but between the gold you found on Gregonis and other gear that you were able to, claim as yours, you got about 200 gold pieces worth of gold and gear. And a large part of it was the gold that Gregonis had on him. He returned with a considerable amount of gold. Afterward, Gregonis hired his most loyal mercenaries to attack the Vogler militia during the reenactment. He planned then to raid Vogler. The mercenary doesn't know who gave him the gold. There are a few mercenaries remaining at the camp, including Jaev, Cudgel's other lieutenant. Cudgel thinks the others at the camp, or Gregonis, thinks the others are loyal to Cudgel. The ones he paid accompanied him to the reenactment. He claims and doesn't ever let up that he does not know who the benefactor was. They were hooded and they wore black and red armor. They
He did
paid
this for
him.
gold and not a cause.
What was that?
So he did it for gold and not a cause.
Yes, he did it for gold.
Mooncat shakes his head in disgust.
So now Raven comes up to you all and says, maybe your scouting mission is even more dangerous than I thought. I wanted you to go with Cudgel, but could you go into the woods and then see if you can find where these people Gregonis talked to might have come from?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You best hurry. It'll be nightfall soon, and you should return before midnight if you can. You guys do get a short rest, though. So go ahead and do a short rest, and then you can travel with Cudgel as far as the mercenary camp, and then you'll head off from there on your own.
Going to use sorcery points to get my...
So, of course, Darrett Hightower is even more starstruck by the lot of you, especially Skathak on her warhorse that she commandeered.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so when we finish the short rest, you guys will head up north. You can go in the company of Cudgel to the mercenary camp.
Okay.
The mercenary camp, when you guys arrive there, it's along the road north of Vogler. The road north of Vogler splits. One path goes west, one goes north. You guys came from the west originally, and then you turned right and came to the village of Vogler. If you had turned left, you would have come to the High Hill, and then past High Hill is the mercenary camp. About a dozen mercenaries that are left there. They are finishing up drills for the day. Lieutenant Jaev Veldruz is there. He meets Cudgel. He is learning about what happened for the first time. Looks genuinely surprised. You guys can make a wisdom insight check to see if you sense anything out of the ordinary in the exchange between him and Cudgel.
Nope.
Anyone else want to check?
Or just...
Wisdom insight, anyone who wants to.
Okay. 19.
Okay. You do not sense anything out of the ordinary. Jaev is genuinely surprised. Cudgel shares with him and the remaining part for a mercenary band what atrocity has happened and how the rest followed the half-ogre into a treacherous attack on the people of Vogler. And she tells Jaev to remain where he's at. She's going to go report back to Vogler what happened. And you guys then head off to the east to try and find out what happened in the forest. So your scouting mission. Give me, let's see here. Who's trained in survival? Skathak is.
Not great, though.
Wilvan is.
I am too.
Let's see. You're probably the best at it, unless Benen's trained in survival. So Calvin, make a survival check with advantage, because you'll have the help of your party.
Awesome.
You can do it, buddy.
It's 9.
9, okay.
Can I take my wisdom for insight instead and just take that? You know what? Let's use... Did I use up all my luck? Or is that reset with long rest?
It's a long
It's
rest.
short
used it once, didn't you?
Yeah. So 10 plus 2 is 12.
Plus your
Better.
wisdom modifier is 13.
Oh, hell yeah.
13, okay. I still think it takes you more than you should have taken. You need a 15 to make it fast.
Oh, shit.
But you will eventually find the path, better than a 9 where you never find it. So, scouting.
What is that?
You find a small wooded area an hour northeast of the village. Search in the woods, you find strange tracks. Some are booted, while others are clawed reptilian feet. The tracks wind north through the woods. Following them takes you more than an hour, leading you from the woods into the rugged hills. The woods give way to a ledge overlooking a shallow valley. In the distance, dozens of low fires illuminate hundreds of red tents. Among them move patrols of shadowy human-like figures. Over 1,000 soldiers occupy the camp. A whole army.
Wow.
So, let me draw this map out. Something's about to
We
happen.
don't need a map.
You don't need a map? You sure?
No, we're good.
You don't want to go attack the army?
No, we're good.
Well, part of the army is going to come attack you. So,
But we were so stealthy.
dun, 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 dun.
No.
Go ahead and put you guys over here, overlooking the valley below. I don't know if you want be on your horse or have your horse stay up in the trees or what you want to do with that scout deck.
Yeah, I would have probably left it if I could have brought it with me.
You could have left it at the mercenary camp if you wanted.
Or honestly, probably even the village.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll leave it in the village.
Yeah.
So here you guys are, overlooking a valley. And in this valley, stretching far out, is this army. So put you guys where you want to be while you're viewing that army.
Let's see, where's the village?
And catch. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. You hear a twig break behind you, and you turn and look and see a soldier coming out of the trees right here.
Oh, no.
He's got red colors on his surcoat and such. And then you see another soldier, and then you see 2 or 3 more figures heavily cloaked. So these all look like what you see down in the valley below far away, but these ones are up close. They draw their weapons and roll initiative.
We need to kill them before they take word back.
Gonna be up to Mooncatch because he's the only one who's moving quickly.
The soldiers are fast and charge forward with their long swords out to there onto you, Scathak. Long sword multi-attack and twice. First attack is a crit.
Oh shit.
20 slashing and 8 fire.
Yeah, I'm down.
Scathak goes down. The second soldier charges on Wilvan with a long sword. Oh, that's only its first attack too. So that's 5. I think that's 5 a few movements. Second swing on Bennett. 14 misses Bennett. Then attack on Wilvan. Miss. And second attack on Wilvan. Miss. And then Mooncatch, your turn.
All right.
Fireball.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep spell.
All right.
So
5d8, please.
Manually roll that. 28.
28. All right. They were all kind of equidistant. So 4 here. 1, 2, 3. This figure in the cloak falls asleep in the back here when I knocked.
Okay. I'm going to move up, and then I'm going to bonus action taunt this guy.
Wisdom saving throw for that guy. 10, you got him. He's taunted. Then the first of the Baz. The first cloaked figure throws its cloak back, and you see it's another one of these draconian creatures that you fought before. He comes charging at you, Calvin. To there, multi-attack with his short swords.
Miss.
18 is a hit, right?
Yep.
7 piercing.
Yep.
And 9's a miss. And then Wilvin, your turn.
I'm going to attack the guy who attacked me and not rage because I have none left.
Okay.
For
15?
12. Does a 15 hit?
15 misses.
Ah,
They are wearing scale armor and Ashley's armor class is, since he attacked with his longsword two-handed, it's no shields, who's only a 15 armor class. So that's a hit, Wilvin.
great. So 12 damage.
12. That wounds him
And
pretty well.
I'm going to slide up here so I can take both, attacks.
After Wilvin comes a Baz. Baz comes charging around. The soldier says, "Get the spellcaster." 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dashes to there. Then the next Baz comes up to attack Wilvin. Oh, he's
That one's asleep.
Sleeping. And Calvin, your turn.
All right. So can I jump to here?
Yeah.
That's not an action. This is part of movement, right?
Yep. If we were being real playtesters, that'd be an action.
I
But no, it's part of movement.
What is up with the new?
That's so dumb.
It's so dumb. All right. Well, I'm gonna jump to here.
Okay.
Then, and let him take his attack of opportunity.
15 to hit you, doing 3 piercing.
And then the one that's going after my red cloaked Kinder friend, I'm gonna hit him with the short bow.
Okay. 15.
15
Is a
for 6 points of damage. I'm out of taunts, but I will action surge and do it again,
There you go.
and then I will miss horribly.
Skathak, death save.
Wait, somebody's down?
Success.
How did I miss that?
Benin, your turn.
Gathat, do you have any hit dice left unused?
I do.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and heal you up.
Heal me up.
Oh, because we're using the new jobber.
New healer kit.
Right.
Yeah, you spend one of
So
your
I
hit
just-
dice.
Cool.
And you don't add your con, but you add 2. Benin's prof modifier. And your con, though, is +2, so just roll it die normally. There you go. 10 back. Benin, you can have inspiration. Anything else, Benin?
That's all I got.
After Benin, round is over. Soldier's turn. Soldier taunted by Mooncatch. Will attack Benin. Disadvantage. 13 misses. 9 misses. Then the soldier west of Wilvin, attacking Wilvin with a longsword. 19 hit for 3 slashing and 1 fire, Wilvin. And then 20 hit for 7 slashing and 2 fire, Wilvin. That
Okay.
guy's done. Then Mooncatch, your turn. Draconian charging you, Mooncatch, but you're not afraid.
Of course not. And the taunt ends, by the way.
Okay.
So Mooncatch is going to... actually, before he does that, he's going to taunt the same guy again, though. And then he's going to move back here. And then he is going to firebolt the one who's chasing him.
You taunted successfully. Firebolt is a hit for 9 fire. And then Baz Draconian. This is the one that was after Calvin. Comes down to here to attack you, Calvin. Multi-attacking short sword. 20 to hit for 4 piercing. 22 to hit for 4 more piercing.
Yep, hits.
Wilvin, your turn.
I'm going to hit the guy who hit me and miss.
Baz Draconian chasing after Mooncatch. 6. Has to dash to get to you, Mooncatch. Baz Draconian that's asleep. You can hear the soldiers yelling something to that Draconian in Draconic. Does anyone speak Draconic?
Do.
He's telling him to alert the camp, but he doesn't notice the Draconian's asleep back there. Calvin, your turn.
Well done.
I'm just gonna bonus action second wind. Give myself 5 hit points back. How far is this cliff?
It's 50 feet down, plus there's all the army down there.
Oh, all right.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I won't do that. Crap. All right, so I can fire into melee. It's just a disadvantage, right?
Correct.
And I've used up all my luck. And all right, so I'm gonna do something I never do. I'm going to I'm gonna strike him with my hand axe. 16
That
for
is a
1
hit.
point 1 point of damage.
Got it.
Actually, if I stand here, I'm gonna die. So I'm going to run, and if he hits me, he hits me. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So I'm good. And can I run? Is this edge here difficult terrain, or what is that?
It's like going down 10, 20 feet or so. You don't want to be. You can't run east of Benin if that's what you're thinking.
Okay, I can run through them.
I don't know what you're
What is
thinking of doing, but move 1 square at a time, please. So there you're fray. Go ahead and keep going.
There.
You can stop there. Let me take the attack opportunity from the Draconian. Misses you.
Okay, and then I'll just stand here.
Okay, after Calvin Skathak, your turn. Prone, gotta grab your sword.
Yeah, so I will do that. I'll stand up. I will come this way. Ba-ding, ba-ding. I will try to attack the injured one with one of these. And then to heal with with Ispin shield, was that an action or a bonus? It's
It is an action. Yeah,
All right, no worries.
because it does a lot of healing.
Yeah, I will try to do the rapier. Oh shit. Pretty sure 11 is going to miss.
It does miss. After Skathak is Benin.
Calvin, do you have any hit dice?
Yeah, I didn't spend any of my short rest.
All right, well, let's heal up Calvin a bit.
All right.
Okay, Calvin. Roll your die like normal, and you get 9 back.
Perfect.
Nice
Merci
spinning.
beaucoup.
What else, Benin?
Pick inspiration.
I'm sitting tight.
Okay, after Benin rounds over, soldier's turn. This is the soldier that is taunted by the Kender, still attacking Benin. Two-handed, 14's a miss. Two-handed, 19 I think is a hit, Benin, right?
It's on the nose.
11 slashing and 1 fire. So these guys' weapon seems to be infused with fire, which is really weird.
I don't like it.
Okay, that soldier's done. Ben, you're not concentrating anything? I don't think. The other soldier to the west.
Nope.
Attacking Wilvin with his longsword. Not taunted. 16, Wilvin.
That hits, yes.
7 slashing and 1 fire. And then second longsword attack. Oh my god. Crit for 9 slashing and 5 fire.
I'm down.
Jesus.
He's done. Then Mooncat, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna Sacred Flame the one in front of me.
Sacred
Can
Flame,
anyone
Death
get Baz
save,
up before his turn? Or get a Wilvin up before his turn?
Oh, we dodged it. What else, Mooncatch?
We've got potions we can use for those non-healer types.
I'm gonna Provoke.
Short sword attack, stabbing at you, misses. And for reference on the 2 potions, you have a greater healing and a healing, and just assume anyone has access to them. The first one to claim they're using them had it. All done, Mooncatch?
Yep.
Okay, Taunt is gone. Baz Draconian's turn. That is that one there, who is after Calvin. He comes to here, multi-attacking on Calvin, critting for 6 Calvin,
That hits me.
and missing. And then Wilvin, your turn. That's save Wilvin.
With pleasure.
Wilvin, that's 1 failure. And then Baz Draconian is sleeping. Or no, is chasing a Kender. 4 comes there, stabs at the Kender with a short sword. 12's a miss. 9's a miss. Baz Draconian sleeping. Calvin, your turn.
I'll get the barbarian, Calvin. You keep doing damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that much, though.
It's more than mine.
Not my forte. I'm just going to shoot into combat. So the guy that's chasing me, I'm just going to shoot him a short bow at disadvantage.
Fire away.
You know,
15 is a hit for 7
15
piercing.
for 7 piercing. And then I'm just going to stand there.
All right, Scathak, your turn.
Yeah, I'll use the shield to heal.
All right.
Wilvin.
I'll click the button for you. It'll
Cool.
be on your thing in the future, but for now, it does 10 points of healing.
Nice.
And if you're poisoned or diseased, that'd be gone.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
don't
Nice
believe-
Scathak. And then Benin, your turn.
Is Wilvin still down?
Nope, Wilvin's
I
at 10
just
hit
got it.
points now.
Oh, okay. It's low on the X.
I do.
I'm going to circle around here and do a Burning Hands on those 2 foes.
Can you show me round by round or move by move how you got there?
1, 2.
Through
3.
Scathak Square? Okay, so you only provoked from one guy.
Oh, I didn't see anybody who I'd provoke from.
The one northwest of Scathak?
When you go through Catholic Square.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He swings at you.
Just-
11's a miss. And continue on. Burning Hands. Okay, on the soldier to the east and the Draconian.
Yep.
Okay, 2 dex saves. Dex. Soldier made it Draconian. Dex save. Draconian failed. So, your damage was 10 fire. Nice. The soldier, even though they got a fire weapon, does not resist fire, so he takes 5. And the Draconian takes 10. All right. After Benin rounds over, then we got the soldier's turn. Soldier's still attacking Benin with his longsword. 8's a miss and 9's a miss. And then soldier
Nice.
attacking Wilvin with his longsword. Oh no, Wilvin was down. Doesn't know Wilvin's back up, so Scathak. 19 for 7 slashing and 4 fire.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna put me down again.
And then goes after Benin. 23 for 10 slashing and 4 fire.
Oh, dear.
Mooncatch, your turn.
Catch will do another Sacred Flame on him.
The one to your northwest.
Yes.
And are you down?
He
Oh.
made his deck save.
God dang it.
What else
We've
can
got
you
people
Mooncatch?
down. Yo, we need to.
I'm trying to get there. Provoke and move.
Swings a short sword at you. 16 to hit.
I will shield that.
All right. Finish your move where you want. And then the Baz attacking Calvin. Swings a short sword at Calvin. 19 Calvin for 3. And 14 missed you. And then Wilvin, your turn.
Oh, no, 14 hit me.
Oh, 14 hits you. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that does 4 more. And then Wilvin, your turn.
Do either Scathak or Benin have a potion on them?
You can say you have a greater healing or healing, your choice.
I'm going to give Scathak a greater healing.
Greater
because
healing, I'll roll that
better
since
to
I got
use it
it.
than now.
Potion of greater healing. 13 back Scathak.
That's amazing. Thank you.
And Wilvin, you might want to stand up since they know you're
Oh, yeah,
conscious
that's
now.
a great idea.
Anything else, Wilvin?
Nope.
Okay. Then we got the Baz to the northwest coming after Mooncatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets there, stabs with a short sword. 5's a miss. 10's a miss. Baz is sleeping still. Calvin, your turn.
All right. So we know from these baz, if I kill him, it'd be just my own death, right? Because he does something weird. But that would remove one more combatant. If I disengage, so I'm just going to shoot into combat again.
All right, fire away.
Take away one more combatant, and then
Ooh, nice
21 for 7.
You hit the baz. It does turn to stone, release a petrifying gas, restraining you unless you make an 11 con save to negate, Calvin.
Yeah.
So you're restrained. So put a restrained marker on you, and next round you'll repeat it. That baz is gone. After Calvin, Skathak, your turn.
Got healing hands?
I'm gonna stand up, and I've got to give my last potion to I'm gonna give my last potion to Benin.
Okay, you can roll that using the potion of healing they gave you.
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay.
I've got one on me. So that's
We'll say
7 for
use
you,
the
bud.
new one. Nice. 7 back, Benin.
And
After-
then I will actually, because Benin is next, I'm gonna step here going through Wilvin Square.
Revoking from 2 people.
Yes, yeah.
You are. Okay, first one. Swings, hits. 5 slashing, 2 fire.
That'll hit.
And the second one hits as well for 5 slashing, 1 fire.
Fuck, I go down.
Drop you in Woven Square. I'll put you in the back there. Down goes Skathak. Benin, your turn.
You were rolling lights out, by the way. They've got a
I know.
75% chance to miss me, and they've hit with every hit.
These are the Dragon Army troops. These aren't the stupid mercenaries.
Yeah, sons of
They're going to
bitches.
capture your lot and take you in the Dragon Army.
Ooh,
Benin.
that sounds interesting.
Do we have any more healing potions?
Do you know what they do to
I
killers?
got one.
Let's see.
We've
I think
got surrenders.
Skathak has one.
I got one. Too.
I have a potion of greater healing
Ooh, nice.
I don't think
from
I
last
have
time.
Ben and Skathak has one on them if you want to use theirs.
Okay.
If you want to. You don't have to. You're just asking. So.
I'm getting pounded by these guys, but...
They both use their reactions.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one. I'm going to use the potion on Skathak then
Okay.
from here.
You can roll a Skathak.
Oh, I'll roll it. Oops. Oh.
What else? Benin?
I already moved one.
You're prone.
I
you want to stand up
moved
first?
half. I got to stand up. Why am
Okay.
I not standing? Here we go. All right, so that was 1 square and half, so I've moved 4. I'm a dwarf. Are dwarves able to move 30 or 25?
You were not doing a playtest dwarf, so only 25. So if you change
Okay.
to a playtest dwarf, you can move 30.
Yeah, I'll just stay with it.
Okay, stand up, move over there, put down the healing potion. You're done. That round's over. Soldier's turn. Soldier here attacking Wilvin with a longsword. 15, Wilvin.
Oh my gosh.
That's a hit for 10
Yeah,
and
down.
2. Down. And then he'll attack Calvin with a longsword. 21 for 4 and 4, Calvin. He's done.
That misses.
Next soldier's attacking, trying to take Benin out. Longsword. 17 missed. Longsword. 10 missed. Then Mooncatch.
That was actually 18.
Is Wilvin down?
Wilvin is
Again.
down.
Yes.
Okay.
I wish I had my rage.
Skathak's prone. Wilvin's unconscious. Calvin's unconscious too.
Negative
Okay.
15.
Close.
Killed me.
I will provoke.
Okay, he stabs at you with his short sword. 17 for 2.
That'll hit.
Oh my god.
And move to here and give Wilvin my potion of greater healing.
Ooh, nice. That might be clutch. I might have to give you inspiration for that. Wilvin or Mooncatch roll the greater healing. Whew, 16 back, Wilvin.
Thank you.
Wow.
Nicely
Holy
done,
shit.
Mooncatch. I'm going to have to not go so easy on you guys next time.
What?
Wilvin, your turn.
I'm going to
We're
stand up
going down more than a yo-yo at a yo-yo competition.
and I'm going to beat this guy senseless.
All right.
Please eviscerate his face.
No, I'm going to make it normal. And
12's
I'm going to miss.
12's
because of
miss. Anything else, Wilvin?
that. I will face step over here.
After
Oh, you
Wilvin comes the
badass.
Baz. The Baz you just face step next to, surprised by you showing up right in his face, stabs at you with the short sword, misses, stabs the short sword.
Oh.
16's a hit for 2. Then we got the Baz sleeping, I think, still. Yep. Then we got Calvin, your turn. Calvin, death save.
I'd like to do a death slave. Which one is it? This one?
It's your hit die one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Failed 2 of them.
Oh, fuck.
Calvin's on death's door. Skathak, your turn.
I do it on purpose.
Benin, do you have anything to get him up?
I don't think so, since I've already used my healing on him.
I do have a potion of healing on me. It's
Okay.
actually in the camelback, right at my lips. All you have to do is squeeze it.
But you can't. How are you going to get to it? All right. Skathic, let me just check a thing. Alright, Skathic is going to Skathic.
Oh, one more thing, Calvin. You had the save for the death save. You also got a save to be petrified.
Oh shit.
It's 11 con save to not be petrified.
Fuck
So
it.
you are petrified. So we will say that it's going to prevent you from dying, I think, because you won't be bleeding. But you are petrified and out of the fight.
Wow, advances in modern medicine.
Unless they can unpetrify you. And then when they do, they got to get the tourniquet ready right away. Okay, so you see Skathak that he's turned to stone. What are you going to do, Skathak?
Yeah, that changes what I'm going to do here. I will stand and I will make a rapier attack against the one south of Benin.
All right.
Let's focus fire on this one if we can.
Inspiration.
I will use my inspiration.
Okay, reroll.
We got so much inspiration.
And you actually got inspiration for rolling a 1, but you already had inspiration. But that means that your inspiration will go to Wilvin for rolling the 1.
Cool. Wait, can it go to oh, I guess Calvin's out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a hit for
10. I got nothing. I got
total of 10.
I guess I could pierce her, but yeah, 10.
Dropped him. Nice shot.
Fuck.
What else, Skathic?
Can I do? I'm actually gonna move around this one over here.
All right, Ben, your turn.
Wait, can I do that? I can.
I'm going to use my healer's kit on myself.
Nice. As you move where you want, rounds over, soldier's going, turns the attention onto Skathak. The longsword is a 15 is a miss, and 15's a miss. Mooncatch, your turn.
Mooncatch is going to.
Well, Skathak, you should remove your inspiration.
I
don't feel comfortable as a DM when everyone's got inspiration. I feel like I'm being ganged up on.
It feels like you aren't trying hard enough.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to color spray this one right.
That guy
here.
there? Okay. Roll your hit dice. 23 hit points. He's blinded.
Holy shit.
Boom. Okay.
Nice fucking job.
After Mooncatch comes Wilvin.
I'm going to kill this guy with a reckless attack because he's probably going to die in one hit.
Bring it. 21's a hit. Good thing you recklessed him, dropped him. He goes into death throes. 11 con save to... You ignore that.
And then phase... Actually, I don't need to phase step. I can just move over here.
After Wilvin comes the other Baz that's sleeping still. Although we're getting close to 10 rounds. Calvin, your turn. Calvin, you're petrified. Skathak, your turn.
He's blind, so I'm going to just go
I should roll a death slave. See if I pass.
Don't roll. 24 hit.
4 damage.
I imagine you're re-rolling that piercing damage.
Of course I'm going to re-roll that piercing damage. Ooh.
8.
Yep. 8 damage.
Got it. After Skathak, Benin, your turn.
All right. Benin is going to Sacred Flame the guy next to her.
Dex save for Sacred Flame. Boom. You got him for 7 radiant.
Like that.
Boy, the tide turned all of a sudden here. Had your eyes on the ropes. Soldier's turn. He's blind. Whipping around wildly at Skathak. 7's a miss. 19's a hit. Even blind, he can hit Skathak.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah,
but only 5 damage.
Only 5. I got everything I need.
Oh boy, Mooncatch, your turn.
Thunder or something.
Since he is
What's wrong?
blinded.
You might not be muted, RL.
Oh, sorry. I
problem.
think there's thunder. My dog's all skittish.
Wait, how long does the color spray last?
1 round, so he's still blind for you.
Okay, then I'll have advantage on a ranged attack, right?
You would.
Okay, firebolt.
Light him up.
No, miss.
That sucks.
After Mooncatch, Wilvin.
Wilvin's got him.
Yeah.
No longer blind, Wilvin. 18 hit, 12 killed him.
And I'm going to prepare to crit this guy.
All right, he's sleeping. Calvin, your turn. Oh, you're still at Skathak, your turn.
Is it possible while he's sleeping to tie him up without waking him up, or
No.
no? Okay. Then let's do this. Let's see. He's prone.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I will. I'll use my rapier. 24, and I'll reroll that. 24 for 5.
5 damage. Did you move closer? I'm showing you 1 away still on my screen.
It just moved. I'm behind him.
Weird.
So he's incapacitated, so I think you auto-crit him, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
I could be totally wrong.
He's
but,
not paralyzed,
I'm pretty
so
sure.
yeah.
I don't think it's auto-crit.
Reactions.
Well,
I think you isn't the coup de grace.
No, he's not paralyzed. You have to be paralyzed for coup de grace.
And he moved on our screen, Tom. He just kind
Really?
of teleported down 3.
Well, he's always been down to the southwest of Wilven
Oh,
the whole time.
what?
You could reach him, though. If you go
Yeah,
one more.
hold on. I would have done.
You could reach him. You had the move.
Yeah, I would have done that.
Okay. So he's conscious now. Benen's turn.
Fuck him up, Benin.
Are we
Please.
Sacred Flaming the sleeping guy then?
He's awake, not sleeping anymore.
He's awake? Oh, okay. Then, yeah. Here
Next
goes.
save.
Max damage.
Got him for 8. Then Mooncatch.
To firebolt.
Ooh, that's a
He
miss.
sucks at the firebolt. Does not like it.
After
Does
Mooncatch,
not
Wilben.
like fire.
Okay, I'm gonna make a reckless attack.
Nice. 20 hit. Oh my god, that's some damage. The thing goes into death throes. Even if you guys get paralyzed, you will still be able to get back into the fight because there's no other Draconians around. And you all get ready to save Calvin before he expires, and you do. Drag him away from the cliff edge. You don't think you alerted the army below. And of course, none of the people you were fighting got away. So they couldn't go and alert the army. So you guys can return back to Vogler and warn them about what you saw. The scouts that you defeated had some treasure on them.
Potion of greater healing.
130 silver, 155 gold, 4 pieces of obsidian. The lead soldier carried a great sword with a hilt and crossguard carved like a dragon.
Oh,
near,
cool.
near the remains of one of the Draconians is a dart decorated with designs like windy spirals that span the length of the shaft. So you take those back to Vogler. Your halfling
Cool
Calvin,
secret dart.
or your Kinder Calvin, comes back to consciousness partway through the trip back. And after listening to your dire scouting report, a sick-looking Mayor Raven thanks you and says there will be a lot to do tomorrow. What little sleep you get that night is haunted by nightmares. And that ends chapter 3. Hey.
Yay.
So that's it for that. Here's the treasure you guys got. One of these items you did not get. So the gold will be a little bit less. You did not get the fishing pole. You had to have captured the biggest fish possible, which was if you rolled a 20. But you got the weapons, gear, and gold from the defeated mercenaries. That's 200. The silver kingfisher charm was 20, and the stuff on the dragon army soldiers is 208. The great sword that you have with the dragon hilt and crossguard, it's +1 great sword and grants confidence, giving you an advantage on a charisma check once per long rest.
Nice.
The potion of healing and the potion of greater healing are gone. Use them up. The dart is a secret dart. Here's what those do. It's a consumable item that tracks someone down and hits them for damage and
That's
lightning.
from POA, right?
Yeah, it is.
Those are so cool.
The shield is carved with a scarred broadleaf tree and painted a mossy green. That's the AL extent of it. And then I added the extra once per long rest.
Oh, cool.
It does the healing, which that healing is the same as a unicorn does. So the
That's
shield's
cool.
powered by the
Oh, that's
unicorn
really
that granted
cool.
it to Ispin. Okay, so treasure split. There's only 3 things to split. The great sword, the dart, and the shield. So, would everyone roll a straight d20, please? Okay, it looks like Skathak there, Calvin there. Imagine there'll be a lot of passing here in a second. And then Mooncatch, and then Bennett. Okay, Calvin, would you like anything?
No. No, thank you.
Wilbin, would you like anything?
I do. I want that greatsword.
Wilbin takes the great sword. Skathak, anything?
Shield, please.
Shield? Mooncatch, anything?
I'll
Only thing
take
left
that
is the
secret
dart.
dart.
Secret dart.
Yeah, I'll
sorry.
take the secret dart.
Okay. That
So my
is
life
the
back.
end.